This day has been designated as Pastor's Appreciation. But I want you to know, as your pastor, from my heart and the heart of Sister Fry, that you are the one that deserves to be appreciated. You're the ones that have been faithful. You're the one that has fought the battle for this church to be where it is today. And I want you to know that we certainly appreciate you. We want to commend you for your faithfulness and your love and your dedication. I want to present myself with an award. I don't get very many of them, so I'm gonna find myself one. I have a dedication that I want to make today, and this plaque that I'm going to present this morning on behalf of myself and Sister Fry and the Church of God at Bruno. From my opinion, I think that this could probably be one of the greatest rewards that would be presented in the entire Church of God. And I'm not exaggerating, I'm just telling you and giving you my heart this morning. We've gotten a few awards, Sister Fry and myself, along the way, but it's always been my desire to be the one that presents the reward rather than to receive them. I have titled this plaque, this award. I have titled it, "The Eyes, Ears, and the Heart of Our Church, our Community, with Grateful Appreciation." I picked this idea up from, and I'm not being humorous, I'm being as serious as I can be this morning, that I'm going to get out of the way. But I actually picked this idea up from back when I was in 4-H. They gave out 4 little cloths each year for those that participated in their camp. One was the 4 hands, 4 H's, the heart, the head, the hands, and whatever the other one was, I forgot now. But anyway, I inherited that idea, and I liked that. And I actually got to thinking about it and used that format for this award this morning. The eyes and the ears and the heart. The person that I'm going to present this award to has the eyes for the needs of each of you. When a need comes aware, then this individual just simply begins to see it and sees things most of the time that you and I don't see. And that's what makes this individual who they are. And then if they hear about the need or something going on, then that she just allows her ears to cooperate with her eyes, and then she takes it from there. And then she reaches out her hand, because that's where her heart is. And this morning, I'm grateful we've got an individual in this church. This individual asked me not to do this, but I'm the pastor. For another day, anyway. But I'm giving this to this individual from the very depth of my heart. And it's something that should have been done years and years ago. But this morning, Mr. Carroll, give it. This has presented the Carroll. Carol Friend, our excellent church secretary, the eyes and the ears and the heart of our church and our community, with grateful appreciation. We thank you.
This is your day, Brother Fry. I appreciate this so much.
Claudette asked me if I wanted to say something today, and I have to. Brother and sister Fry, I cannot leave her out. I know it's Pastor Appreciation, but she is as much a pastor as Brother Fry.
Yes, amen.
And I have to talk about them both, and this is my personal feelings for both Brother and Sister Fry. One more thing before I start. Edie left out the best part. Andrea not having knots is wonderful, but she has been off her medicine, and that man cannot take the praise for it.
Amen.
Okay, that's what she's telling me. When Claudette asked if I wanted to say anything today, I hesitated. Then I decided I had to tell both Brother and Sister Fry just how much that I really do appreciate them for all they've done for me and my family. When Larry and I walked through those doors, I was in a state of shock, and I was drifting. I was looking for something solid to grab onto. Both Brother and Sister Fry made us feel welcome from the start. They have a way of putting people at their ease and giving them a chance to relax. In fact, when we came here that first night, our original plan was to stay a couple of services, go to Man for a few services, go to Mallory for a few services. We never made it any farther than this church. A large part of that was not only due to their kindness and understanding, but the members of this church. I want to thank them too, because you made it so easy for us just to slide in and quietly begin healing. And yes, I know we were handling kid gloves, and I appreciate that. I really do. And when the time comes for us to get back started, Pastor asked Larry to take care of Sunday evening services. He's already singing. But Brother Fry, I want you to know it was one of your many sermons that helped me get jump-started. See, Pastor, I do listen to your messages. I just don't always act on them, but I do hear it. But today I want you to know that I have watched you preach your heart out to us, your church members. I have watched you preach even with more conviction when there were sinners in the house. I think if I could close my eyes and see into the spiritual side of things, I would be able to see your spiritual man on his knees, with his hand reached out to each and every sinner. I definitely know that if you could offer a trial-sized version of salvation to each and every one, you would, just so they could see what they're missing. I also know that when anyone calls upon you, even if it's not someone from your church, you drop everything and go. I know without anyone telling me that you spend hours on your knees. I know that you have time after time put the needs of yourself and your family on hold while you dealt with one of our needs. And I know that if I could count the many holidays, family special occasions, and others that were interrupted because of someone else's needs, that it would add up probably into losing hundreds of hours that you have missed in order to be there for someone else. The times you needed a break or was in pain. Maybe you just needed time for your own body to heal. But you went through all those things just as if everything was fine to help us. There have been many times that I know you have wanted to just give up, find a regular job, or to look one of us, your well-meaning flock, in the eyes and remind us, when all is said and done, you were not employed by us. You were employed by the maker of the universe. And if we don't like something you say or do, we need to take it up to him. I also know that there has been times that you have went home and felt totally defeated. That one soul that you have tried to reach for many weeks just walked away again. But God has given you a gift of perseverance. And that is why there's not many pastors as there used to be. It takes a special person to wear that many hats that is required of a pastor. But Brother Fry, may I say, you wear your hats well. Yes. But you are a team, and I'm sure, brother, you will agree with me when I say God gave you a wonderful, kind, loving woman to be your helper. She is not only a beautiful lady on the outside, she's full of inner beauty, the kind that only comes from a true lady of God. You can feel her love inside her when she speaks of someone in need, of a child who is without, or of an animal that is cold, homeless, and hungry. You can see it in her eyes when she talks of her family, her two wonderful examples of young men that she raised, those two wonderfully cheek-squeezing, heart-stealing grandsons, and her two beautiful daughter-in-laws. But it is also there for everyone in the church who is hurting or in need of any kind. It is in her voice when she teaches the young children in her Sunday school class. And even my own grandson, going home from church one evening, informed me and Jennifer, and I'm going to try to paraphrase it, I just rub Sister Fry. Even at 3 years old, he saw something in her. I know she carries a huge load also. I know that a lot of times she also gives up family time for the needs of the church, and I'm sure I couldn't count the times that she has helped our pastor pray through something that was going on in the church or with a few people in the church. I'm sure as a pastor's wife, she has dealt more times than she wants to think about helping a wounded pastor stand again. Yet she quietly goes about leading us women. You lead by example, and you are a wonderful example of a Christian lady, Sister Fry.
Yes.
And each of us are blessed to know you. I said before, when I came through those doors, I was in shock, and it took time for both of these wonderful people. They took the time to let me heal. And when I did, I realized I can't just sit here. I looked for a place to fit in. I tried, and everything I tried just didn't seem to fit. Then somehow along the way, I got involved with raising money for the pews. Well, my mother would say if she was alive that I jumped headlong in, never looking around to see what all it involved. My dad would say it more simply. He would just say you and James off on another cause. But I said all the best to simply say this. I was informed after I began my push, and yes, I am pushing. And this came from a sinner, that I was where I needed to be because they could see the spiritual growth in me, and I thank you too for that. I thank you for your help with that. And two, that Pastor, you have a dream for this church, and part of it is having the inside redone. Who told me that dream? I'm sure you know. I have no way to repay you both for your kindness and the help that you have been to me when I was struggling, but I can't help make your dream come true. And it is an honor for me to do so because you see, I too, like you, believe that God's house should be a house of beauty, prayer, rest, and peace. In short, a wonderful place to recuperate from the wounds of the world. I want to thank you both for being the people that you are, and just to let you know that I am blessed to be here. Thank you both for those kid gloves, and I appreciate and love you both. And in closing, I want to give you a copy of what we have today. It's not real, it's non-negotiable, brother. And what we have today toward making your dream come true. And if we have the money, and I believe we will if we try, because God will need us, we will finish this inside. But Pastor, there's one thing you've got to do. Stop telling me to slow down. I don't mean to be disobedient. I really don't. But I have a strong urgency in my spirit that this needs to be done quickly. I believe that dam's going to break just like you saw it. And I give you praise, and I praise the Lord for that too. Amen.